thanks so much for joining tonight's yoga class. I'm Natalie, for those of you that haven't met me. Tonight's class will be an hour-long flow, kind of focusing on some hip opening work today. And so we'll go ahead and get started lying down. Let's start in reclined butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet to touch, letting the knees splay open, and then bringing the arms into goalpost. And see if you can keep the elbows in line with the shoulders as you settle in. As you make the transition from your day to your mat, just pausing to notice how the body's feeling. And if there are places of tightness, of tension, or if the body feels pretty open, relaxed. Starting to send your attention and your focus to your breath. Taking nice long inhales and equally as long exhales. And as you inhale, feeling the belly, the ribs, and the chest expand. And as you exhale, feeling the entire backside body relax a little bit deeper onto the mat. Noticing any thoughts that are coming into your mind. Acknowledging these thoughts as valid. And see if you can let them go. Just knowing that you can return to them after practice. Let's take another full inhale and exhale. And releasing the arms down by the side, using your hands to draw your knees together, and then hugging your knees into your chest, giving yourself a tight squeeze. And let's cross the right leg over the left so the knees are stacked for reclined shoelace. Hands catch opposite ankles. And trying to release the shoulder blade, the lower back, onto the mat, drawing your feet apart. Let's take another inhale and exhale. And taking a moment, release the hands, switching sides, left knee on top of the right. And again, hands catch opposite ankles, releasing the lower back down. Let's take another inhale and exhale, and releasing the hands, unwinding the legs, drawing the knees back into your chest. And let's take 3 sacrum circles in each direction, really releasing the lower back. 3 circles clockwise. And coming back to center and taking 3 circles counterclockwise. Knees come into the chest, bringing the hands to the hamstrings, taking a few rocks up and down the entire length of the spine, really releasing the lower back, middle back, and upper back. And then the next time you rock up, just gently coming to a comfortable seated posture at the top of your mat, bringing the right hand to about 3 o'clock, really press into the palm. Left arm reaches up and overhead, left palm face down. You're pressing to the right hand to send the ribs to the left. And on the inhale, left arm sweeps in front. And exhale, right arm follows, pressing to the palm of the left hand, and sending the hips and the ribs to the right. We'll do 2 more times each side. Inhale, right arm sweeps. And exhale, left arm follows. Inhale, left arm sweeps. And exhale, right arm follows. Last time each side. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, right arm follows, keeping the left hand where it is, bringing the right arm up and overhead. And so your fingertips are at 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. And the more you press into the fingertips, the more you'll feel this through the traps and the back of the neck. And gently tucking the chin into the chest, really doming the back here. Let's take a few rounds of breath here. And then gently lifting your chin off your chest, bringing your hands to the back of the head. Press the elbows back and let your head rest back into the hands, maybe lifting your chin. Now let's take another inhale and exhale, opening up through the front side body. Releasing the hands down to the knees. We'll take a few little kind of hip circles here. And so let's take 3 circles clockwise, really releasing the lower back again. Kind of working into the shoulders as well. Once you come back to center, pausing, and then 3 circles counterclockwise. And coming back to center, right ankle maybe is crossed over the left. Either way, rolling over the ankles and finding yourself in tabletop. Knees are directly under your hips, wrists directly under your shoulders. Let's take 3 rounds of cow-cat. And so on your inhale, chest drops, gaze lifts, shoulder blades are drawing together. And then exhale, chin to chest, really doming the back. Inhale to cow. Tractioning the wrist towards your knees. Exhale, chin to chest. Last full round. Inhaling cow. And exhale to cat. And coming back to your neutral spine. Big toes touch, knees match with distance. And sending your hips to your heels, wide-legged child's pose. And you can keep this stretch isolated to the lower back, the hips. Maybe you walk your hands forward, really press into the palms of your hands, letting your chest draw through your shoulders. Let's take another inhale and exhale. And on the inhale, tuck all 10 toes under. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. And taking your time here, maybe you pedal your feet out, maybe you lift your heels, right? Taking any movement that your body needs in order to allow you to come to stillness. And feet are about hips width distance, chest is drawing back to your thighs. And rooting into every single finger mound. Getting nice and long through the spine, the back of the neck. Let's take another full inhale and exhale. 3 rounds of rolling wave to wake up the core. So on your inhale, lifting all the way up to your tiptoes, doming the back, rolling forward as you inhale. And exhale to plank. Inhale, drop the hips. Exhale, lift the chest, floating up dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward. And exhale, pause and plank. Inhale, drop the hips. Exhale, floating up dog. 1 more full round after this. Inhale, plank. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Here we go. Really nice. On the next inhale, gaze forward. And on the exhale, walk your feet to meet your hands. Maybe you tent up to the fingertips to give the hamstrings space. Inhale, halfway lift, bringing the hands to the shins. Then exhale, shift the weight into the toes, really lifting the tailbone. And if you can fold forward, keeping the legs and the spine straight and going a little bit deeper, bring your hands down to your ankles. Keep lifting the gaze. And take another inhale and exhale, releasing the bind. Heel toe the feet slightly wider than the hips, coming into ragdoll. So catching opposite elbows, bending into the knees, and just swaying side to side. Really letting everything go. Gently coming back to center, release the bind with the elbows. Heel toe the feet back to hips width. Take the nice deep bend in the knees, chin to the chest, doming your back. And see how slowly you can roll up, finding yourself standing in Tadasana at the top of your mat. You're welcome to close your eyes or lower your gaze for the next 3 rounds of breath. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more just like that. And on the exhale, hands pause at heart center. And taking this moment to set your intention for practice. And something to return to throughout class. Maybe something to take off the mat and into the week with you. And gently fluttering the eyes opened if they've closed. And finding yourself at the top of the mat. And on the inhale, arms rise, shoulders lift. Really reach the fingertips to the ceiling. And then exhale, hinging at the hips to fold forward. On the inhale, big step back with the right foot, hips are square to the front of the mat. Exhale, rise right up, high lunge. Maybe you take a bend in the right knee, sending the hip flexor forward, and then straightening the right leg back out. On the inhale, lift up and out of the left hip. And exhale, coming into warrior 2. And so the left heel intersects the arch of the right foot. Really active arms. And let's take another inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming back to high lunge. And then exhale with the palms facing back, arms sweep behind you. Interlacing your hands, then draw your chest forward, lift the fist. And keep the nice deep bend in the left knee. Let's take another inhale. Exhale, release the hands, frame the left foot. Dome the back, step the left foot back to meet the right for plank. Always the option to lower the knees, otherwise staying here, hips and shoulders are in a nice straight line. For 5. Think cat pose in the upper back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Option to lower the knees first, or straight as a board, gently lower all the way down, untucking the toes. We'll take 3 rounds of baby cobra, deeper back bend for the 3rd if you'd like. And keeping the hands and the toes on the mat the whole time. Inhale, chest and gaze lift, chest draws forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. If you'd like a deeper variation, walk your hands back an inch. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press back through your wide-legged child's pose, hips to your heels. And then exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. And from here, lifting the right leg, bend the knee, flex the foot, and then take that external rotation of the right hip, and keeping the shoulders square to the mat. And then draw the right knee into your chest, flex the foot, and then see if you can place the right heel and then the toes down inside your hands. Press into the palm of the left hand. And the right arm peels open for the twist. And send that right hip back in space. Let's take 3 shoulder circles here. On the inhale, reaching the right arm forward, down, up and around, forward, down, up and around, forward, down, up and around, and then bringing the right hand outside the right foot. Inhale, left foot meets the right at the top of the mat, and then exhale, fold. Straight legs, straight spine, reverse swan dive to rise up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's pick it right back up on the second side. So trying to keep the lower back tucked under. Inhale, arms rise, shoulders lift. Exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward. On the inhale, big step back with the left foot, hips are square to the front of the mat. And then exhale, rising up, high lunge. And trusting that bend in the right knee. Maybe you bend to the left knee, sending the hip flexor forward. Then straightening the leg back out, feel the glute turn on. On the inhale, lift up and out of the right hip. And exhale, warrior 2. And the right knee is tracking over the right pinky toe. Really active arms here. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Inhale, high lunge. And this time, thumbs touch overhead. On the exhale, come to goal pose and tilt the elbows forward. Nice deep bend in that right knee. And inhale, hug the elbows in by the ribs. Exhale, reach the arms behind the back, leaning forward. And let's take an inhale. Exhale, hands frame the right foot. Doming the back, right foot steps back to meet the left. And from here, let's lower to the forearms. So again, option to lower to the knees, shoulders and hips are in a straight line. You can also interlace the hands, really pressing the mat away from you with the forearms. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently lower the knees, untuck the toes, lower the hips for strength. And again, noticing the difference, try to press all 10 toes to the tops of the feet onto the mat. Maybe you notice the knees and the quads lift. Then draw your chest forward, shoulder blades draw together, elbows traction towards your heels. Option to stay here or turn your hands out to 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock and lift up for seal. And keep dropping the chest through the shoulders though. Let's take another inhale. Exhale to lower down. Hands come under the shoulders. Option to come through your wide-legged child's pose or tucking all 10 toes under. Inhale, press right up to plank. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. And from here on the inhale, lift the left leg, bend the knee, and take that external rotation of the hip. Shoulders stay square to the mat. And then hug the left knee into the chest. Maybe you place the heel and then the toes down between the hands, and pressing to the palm of the right hand, left arm lifts. And 3 shoulder circles here. Inhale, left arm reaches forward, down, up and around, forward, down, up and around, forward, down, up and around. And then bringing the left hand to frame the left foot. Inhale, right foot meets the left at the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. This time, option for peace fingers to catch the big toes, or take any of the other forward folds we've already done. If you have the bind, keep it as you inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold, letting the elbows splay out. And continuing to shift the weight forward and down. And let's take another inhale and exhale. And releasing the bind if you have it, reverse swan dive to rise up. Inhale, arms rise, gaze lifts. And exhale, hands to heart center. Really nice. All right, so working into some hip stability and mobility here. The weight is in the left foot. Try not to hike the right hip as you hug the right knee into your chest. We'll take 3 external rotations and 3 internal and step back to high lunge. So you're opening the right knee out, down, and around. Flex the right foot, press back, engage the glute, open up the hip flexor. Inhale up, out, down and around, flex back. Inhale up, out, down and around, flex back. Pause, switch directions, internal rotations. You're lifting the right knee out, forward, down, flex back. 2 more. Out, up, forward, down, flex back. Last one, and then to high lunge. When you flex the right foot back, pause there, and then bend into the left knee, right toes touch down, soft landing, high lunge. Inhale, lift up and out of the left hip. Exhale, coming back into your warrior 2. Make sure that right foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. And left knee is tractioning over the pinky toe. And we'll move through this little flow 3 times. On the inhale, straightening the left leg, palms touch overhead. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reach, getting length. And then exhale, triangle micro bend in the left knee. Right arm lift, shoulder blades are drawing together behind the back. Imagining the entire backside body is flat against a wall. And from here, reaching the right arm up and overhead, gazes towards the right wrist. And then bending into the left knee, bringing both hands inside the left foot, come onto the ball of the right foot, and then gently lower in front of the right knee, untuck right toes. Right? So just making sure you're forward of the right knee, not at 90 degrees there. Yeah. If you notice that you're rolling over the outer edge of the left foot, you can always heel toe the left foot out so it's wider. Regardless, trying to hug the left knee into the tricep. Maybe you stay on the palms, maybe you lower to your forearms. Either way. Gaze is slightly forward. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Right toes tuck under, right knee lifts, dome the back. Left foot steps back. Maybe you take a single leg vinyasa. Okay. You can always modify these vinyasas, going right to child's pose and staying there for a few rounds of breath, or going right to your down dog. We'll stay here for 3 rounds of breath and taking what your body needs. And just noticing if inhales and exhales are equal in length. If they're not, maybe you pause for an extra round of breath. Meeting back and down dog. On the inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float feet to meet your hands coming to your forward fold. Then from here, heel toe the feet as wide as the mat, turn the toes out, and then sit down for Malasana, yogi squat. Right, so if there's any joint pain, sitting on a block is a great option, or lift the hips to come out, right? Otherwise, you're really sending your sits bones down, sitting up tall. You can either use your triceps to help kind of open the hips here, or to bring the abductor muscles in, you can bring the hands to the hips and then press the outer hips into the hands. It might feel like a stronger kind of like squat there. Let's take another full inhale and exhale. Inhale, plant the palms. Exhale, lift the hips. Then heel toe the feet behind your wrists. And the option to take any of the forward folds we've already done, or bring the palms of the hands under the soles of your feet so your toes are at your wrist creases. And then shift the weight forward and down. And let's take another inhale. Exhale, release the hands from under the feet, and this time take a nice deep bend in the knees, chin to the chest, and doming the back, and slowly roll up. Really take your time. Letting the top of the head be the last part of your body to lift up. All right, so working into the left hip this time, the weight's on the right side. Try to lift the left knee without hiking the hip, right? So hip should still be level. 3 external, 3 internal. So you're sending the left knee out, down, and around. Flex the foot, press back. Inhale, up, out, down, around, flex back. Inhale, up, out, down, and around, flex back. Pause, switching directions. Sending the left leg out, up, forward, flex back, out, up, forward, flex back. Last one. Out, up, forward, flexing the left foot back, bend into the right knee, step all the way back, high lunge. And inhale, lift up and out of the right hip. Exhale, warrior 2. Getting nice and strong here, active arms. We'll move through that flow 3 times. Inhale, straighten the right leg, palms touch overhead. You're kind of setting the hips to the left. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, getting length. Exhale, just a little micro bend in the right knee, coming to triangle. And gaze towards the left thumb. Shoulder blades are drawing together behind the back. Rooting into that right big toe. Let's reach the left arm up and overhead, left palm face down, gaze to the wrist. And let's take an inhale. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Hands come inside the right foot and come onto the ball of the left foot. We're going to gently lower in front of the left knee, untuck left toes. Right, so maybe you want to heel toe the right foot slightly wider, letting the knee kind of touch the tricep here. So you want that right leg at a nice 90 degrees. Make sure you're forward of the left knee. Option to stay here, maybe lower to your forearms. If you have blocks, you can also lower to the blocks or place them under your hands. Really press into the mat with the hands or the forearms. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Left toes tuck under, left knee lifts, really dome the back, right foot steps back. Maybe you take your single leg vinyasa, or you can modify, go right to child's pose or down dog. We'll meet in downward facing dog. And 3 full rounds of breath here. And just noticing how your down dog feels now and compared to at the start of practice. Let's take one more full inhale and exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float your feet to meet your hands. And then from here, once again, we'll heel toe the feet, mat's width distance, turn the toes out, send your hips down for your yogi squat. This time, option to stay here. We're working into a twist. Maybe you bring the right, pressing the right palm onto the mat. You're kind of pinning the knee back. Left arm lifts. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you take a partial bind or a full bind, really opening up through the left side, the left shoulder. And gently releasing the hands if you have the bind. Right palm plants. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, back to center. Second side, planting that left palm. Right arm peels open, gaze follows. And staying there, maybe you take the partial bind, or you take a nice deep internal rotation of the left shoulder to catch the full bind, gaze over the right. And let's take an inhale and exhale. Releasing the bind, left palm plants, right arm lifts. And coming back to center, plant the palms, lift the hips, and then heel toe your feet to hips width distance. And let's interlace the hands behind the back, pressing the thumb knuckles into the sacrum. And see if you can keep the palms together as you lift your fist up and overhead. And shifting the weight into the toes. And from here, straight legs, straight spine. Inhale, halfway lift, keep the bind with the hands. And press the fist back. And straight legs, straight spine, rise all the way up. And draw your chest forward, lifting the fist. And let's take another inhale and exhale. And releasing the hands, bringing the hands to your hips. And we're going to set up for goddess pose. So if you have enough space at the top of the mat, you can always widen your stance that way. Or taking a big step out with the foot so you're facing the camera. So for me, I'm hugging my right knee into my chest, taking a big step out. So it's like a warrior 2-foot pattern, straightening my left leg, and then turning my right toes out, heels in. So however you got there, heels are in, toes are out. And toes can either be at like 10 and 2 or 11 and 1, right? But as you bend your knees, you want to make sure they're tractioning over the second or third toe and try to sink down, not forward, right? And so once you feel nice and sturdy there, bring the arms to goal post and see if you can keep the elbows in line with your shoulders. We'll do a little bit of oblique work here if you want to kind of shift side to side first and then settle into stillness. All right. So on the inhale, reach the right elbow towards your right side. Maybe you tap it. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, left elbow, left thigh. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. One more each side. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. Inhale, sink a little bit lower. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, straighten the arms, star pose, taking up as much space as you can. And we'll take an inhale and exhale, hands to the hips, and coming out the same way we came in. So coming to the top of the mat, maybe coming through warrior 2, so the back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat, coming into that warrior 2 stance, and then take a big step up, so you're at the top of the mat. All right, coming into triangle or tree pose, the weight's in the left leg, and just like we did before, hugging the right knee up, and then take that same external rotation of the hip, pause for a moment, and then bring the right foot either inside the thigh, the calf, or toes on the mat, making sure there's no pressure on the inner knee. And you can stay here with hands at heart center. Maybe you hook the left thumb over your right and really reaching the arms up and overhead. And if you feel wobbly, really ground into the left big toe. And let's take another inhale. On the exhale, hands come back to heart center. Try not to drop the right knee. Hug the right knee into your chest. Inhale, coming into your warrior 3. So you're really pressing the right foot back. Airplane arms, palms face up, shoulder blades draw together. Gentle back bend in the upper back. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, bend into the left knee, right toes touch down, high lunge. Inhale, lift up and out of the left hip. Exhale, warrior 2. And setting up for half moon, so you're really working into the left quad, your obliques here. So reaching forward, root into the left big toe. And then as you inhale, lifting off. Maybe you take one big step. Maybe you let the left fingers hover off the mat. And left hand to heart center. Really flexing your right foot. Let's take another inhale and exhale, coming into standing splits. Bring the hands to frame your left foot, hips square to the mat, and pointing the right toes, and using your glutes to lift the right leg. Maybe you bring one hand or both to the left ankle. And let's take another inhale. On the exhale, bringing the right leg behind the left, so the right ankle crosses behind the left, and coming into your forward fold from here. And gently releasing the right foot next to the left. And we'll take a nice deep bend in the knees, chin tucks into the chest, and doming the back, and slowly rolling up. And coming to Tadasana. All right, setting up for tree pose, second side. Weight is in the right foot, hugging the left knee up. And take that same external rotation. The hips stay square to the front. It's just you're opening up through the joint. And then gently place the foot either inside the calf, the thigh, or maybe the left toes can hover on the mat. The hands can stay at heart center. Or this time, maybe you're hooking the right thumb on top of the left and really reaching the arms up and overhead. And rooting to your right big toe. And we'll take another full inhale and exhale. And try not to drop the left knee. Bring the hands to heart center, hugging the left knee in. Oop. And then come back through your warrior 3. Hips are squared to the mat, airplane arms. So it's like you're pressing your thumbs together behind the back, shoulders rotate up, back, and down. Really pointing your left toes, lift the leg, take another inhale. Exhale, bend to the right knee, touching down, high lunge. Inhale, lift up and out of the right hip. Exhale, warrior two. And setting up for your half moon. Really working to the right quad. Reaching forward, getting length. Then on the inhale, take one big kind of lift off. Maybe the right fingertips hover off the mat. You can also bring the right hand to heart center. Really peeling open the left hip. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to frame your right foot. Square your hips to the mat, pointing the left toes. Really lift your leg for standing splits. Maybe you bring one hand or both to the right ankle, really working your balance. Let's take another inhale. On the exhale, plant your palms. Really lift the left leg as you inhale. Exhale, cross the left ankle behind your right. And coming into your forward fold. Let's take another inhale. Exhale, bring the left foot next to the right. Then on the inhale, step the right foot back to plank. Exhale, left foot to plank. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, lower the knees. And keeping the toes tucked under, lift the hips and walk your hands forward for puppy pose. And so you're really dropping the chest through the shoulders. It's like the chin is trying to touch the mat, not the forehead. We'll take another inhale and exhale, walking the hands back under your shoulders, untuck the toes, and we'll thread the needle here. On the inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, right hand behind the left wrist, weight is on the right shoulder, right cheek on the mat. Maybe you walk the left hand out. And bringing the left hand back under the shoulder. If it moved, inhale, the right arm lifts. And exhale, right hand meets the left. And same thing, second side. Inhaling. And exhale, thread the needle. And walking the right hand back out. And then bringing the right hand back under the right shoulder. Inhale, the left arm lifts. And exhale, left hand meets the right. And big toes touch, knees match with distance, coming into your wide-legged child's pose, hips to your heels. And calling into your mind the intention that you set at the beginning of practice. And thanking yourself for showing up and for taking this time for you. And then from here, walking both hands to the upper right corner of the mat. Left hand can go on top of the right, and sending your hips to the left. Shoulders are squared to the mat, sending the rib cage to the left so you get a deep side body stretch. And bringing your hands and hips through center, switching sides, hands to the left, and hips to the right, trying to keep the shoulders square to the mat. And then walking your hands and your hips back through center. And hands come back to meet your knees. And bringing the knees to touch and shifting the weight over to the right side. And bringing the legs out in front. All right, a little bit of core work here. So we'll come to the top half of the mat. Soles of the feet are about hips width distance. Lower down to your sacrum and then lower all the way down onto your forearms. So you're pressing your forearms onto the mat, lifting the chest, and you're resting on the sacrum, the triangular bone. Then lift the knees so they're stacked directly over the hips. Try not to let your knees come closer to your body than where your hips are. Notice the legs are at two 90-degree angles. Try to keep these 90-degree angles. And as you inhale, keeping that angle, reach the right leg forward, maybe the right toes tap. Exhale, hug the right knee back in. We'll do 4 more on the right side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, zip back in. 2 more. Trying to keep that lower back rooted down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, in. Inhale, lengthening through the hip flexor. Exhale, pull the right leg in. So again, you're rooted down, the lower back, press into the forearm, second side, keeping that 90-degree angle as you reach the left toes down. Exhale to center. Inhale and exhale. 3 more. Last 2, lifting the chest. Last 1. Bringing the left knee to meet the right. All right, here's the challenge. So zip the inner thighs together and bringing both legs down like they're one unit, both legs at the same time. Inhale, exhale, center. 4 more to go. Inhale, exhale, center. You can do it, right? You're getting stronger. Inhale, exhale, center. Last 2. Last 1. And coming back to center, place the soles of the feet on the mat. Heel toe the feet slightly apart, hips width distance. And then coming back onto the palms of your hands. We'll take our back bends from here. If you'd rather opt out, you can take hammock, press into the palms, lift the hips. Otherwise, reverse table. So you're really rooting into your heels as you inhale, lift up. Exhale, head and neck release back. Engaging the glutes and the hamstrings to keep opening. And on the inhale, chin to chest. Exhale, gently lower back down. Option to take reverse table again or straightening the legs out for reverse plank. Pointing your toes, really press into the palms. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, head and neck back. And on the inhale, tucking your chin into your chest. Exhale, gently lower back down. And we'll bring the feet hips width distance. Switch the direction of the hands so they face away from you. The fingers face away from you. Knees touch at center. And then from here, maybe you take a couple rounds of windshield. And 1 more time each side. And coming back to center, walking the hands in. And then we'll take a cow face leg. So the left knee is on the bottom, right stacks on top, sort of like shoelace pose, but sitting down. If this pose just doesn't feel great for you, you're welcome to take seated figure 4, where you cross the right ankle over the left leg. Otherwise, stacking the knees, taking a moment to get situated. Sits bones are rooted down. All right, maybe you stay here. Maybe you start to walk your hands forward. And then gently walking the hands back in. Let's place the sole of the right foot on the mat, right hand behind the back, post the left arm, and then really open up through the chest. And then using the obliques to help cross the left tricep over the right thigh, gaze over the right shoulder. Let's take another inhale And exhale. Coming back to center, both hands come behind the back. Now bring the fingertips to face you. Roll back on the sacrum, straighten the legs, pop up, and then take a few rounds of these windmill kicks. Really just to release the hips. You can go clockwise, counterclockwise, fast or slow. And then the next time the left knee is over the right, pause there and come back into your cow face legs or seated figure 4, second side with the left ankle crossing over the right thigh. And sits bones are rooted down. Maybe you start to walk your hands forward. Maybe you stay here. And if you walk the hands out, walking them back in, placing the sole of the left foot on the mat. So meeting us here, if you took seated figure 4, left hand behind the back, goal posting the right arm, press that arm back to open up through the chest, and then come into your seated twist. And let's take another inhale and exhale. And coming back to center, releasing the left ankle from the right side. And coming to the top half of the mat, soles of the feet are rooted down. Tuck the lower back under, so you're on your sacrum again. Arms frame the legs. We'll take an inhale and an 8 count exhale to lower. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Once you've lowered down, and hugging your knees into your chest, giving yourself a tight squeeze. And we'll take a different variation on butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together, interlacing the hands, bringing the hands to the outer edges of the feet, and dropping the heels down, pressing the knees out. And bringing the left hand to the outer edge of the left foot, right hand to the outer edge of the right. And so you're separating your feet, coming into happy baby pose. Maybe you sway side to side if that feels good. And then gently drawing the legs back together for legs up the wall. And so keeping the shoulder blades, the lower back rooted down, arms to the side, palms face down. Maybe you close your eyes, just resting here for a few rounds of breath. And gently fluttering the eyes open if they closed. And we'll take an inhale and then lower the legs to an 8 count exhale for fish pose. We want to keep the core engaged to keep the lower back rooted down. Here we go. Let's take an inhale, exhale to lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And once you've lowered the toes, pointing them, bringing the palms under the sits bones, really press into the forearms to lift the chest as you inhale. Exhale, head and neck release back. 3 rounds of open mouth exhales. Tucking the chin into your chest, and then gently lowering back down, and hugging the knees into your chest. And we'll set up for our supine twist. So drawing the knees in, goal posting the arms, seeing if you can relax the elbows, the wrists, and the backs of the hands down. Hip flexors hug the knees in as you inhale. Exhale, knees to the left, gaze over the right shoulder. Gently coming back to center, lifting the right leg and the left, and pausing to reset the spine. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, knees to the right, gaze over the left shoulder. Gently bringing your head back to center, lifting the left leg and the right. And then using the arms to draw the knees into your chest, setting up for Shavasana. And on the inhale, maybe you lift the shoulders, neck, and head off the mat. And exhale, letting everything go. And taking up as much space as possible on your mat. And letting the body and the mind feel the full benefits of this practice. And slowly starting to come back into the space. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes. Rolling wrists and ankles. Maybe reach your arms overhead, giving yourself a full body stretch, letting the lower back arch up this time. You can also catch opposite elbows. Releasing the arms down by your side. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed for the rest of practice. And as you gently roll over onto the right side, pausing in the seat of full potential. And then with little effort, making your way into a comfortable seated posture at the top of your mat. With eyes closed, the gaze is slightly forward and down. Bringing the hands to the knees, drawing the chest forward. Inhale, shoulders to the ears. And then exhale, relax them down the back. And getting nice and long through the spine, the back of the neck. And gently bringing the hands to touch at heart center. In this moment of stillness, calling into your mind the quality about yourself that you really value. And completing the sentence and saying it to yourself 3 times. I am. And together, we'll seal tonight's practice with an inhale and an open mouth exhale. Thank you. Thanks so much for joining class tonight. Hope you have a great rest of your evening and looking forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Have a great one.